Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, I tell you, internet is really getting pretty bad here. So if you did not get a chance to watch my part two, part one, I will urge you to watch my part one because I think it will bless you. So go back, watch the part one first before you hop on this one. And that part one starts with off to bed. The title talks about being off to bed. And so in that part one, I was, hi Dayo, welcome. I was sharing in that part one how your giftings will make room for you. Your giftings can change life. Your giftings is meant to set somebody free. Your gifting is meant to change a life. Your gifting is meant to turn situations around for some people. That is what your gifting is meant to do. And so your gifting helps you to transcend beyond where you are, right? So wherever you are right now with your area of brilliance, whatever you might be going through, your gifting is what you need that will help you to transcend beyond what you can ever think or imagine. Your gifting is, that's who you are, right? Your gifting is who you are. Your gifting is something that regardless of how frustrated you get, if you learn to just be patient with yourself and master your gifting, it will open doors for you. Your gifting will open doors for you, right? And because of the gifting today, I can certainly say that my gifting is one of the first things that have got me where I am today. My gifting is why my reason for being in Saudi Arabia today. My gifting. And so I want you to look at your gifting as something that can transcend you beyond where you are today. So if you feel like you are in a prison in your mindset right now, if your mindset looks like a prison right now, if your mindset looks like something that is frustrating, if your mindset is looking like, my God, am I ever going to make anything happen for myself? If your mindset is looking like, oh God, I'll never make this. If that is the kind of mindset that you have right now, I want you to understand that your gifting will make room for you. Your gifting will change the atmosphere that you're in. Your gifting will turn situations around for you. That is what your gifting would do. And so it's hey Tony, hey Mama Tony, hey Kenny, hey Dayo, welcome. Hey Pastor Binka, welcome. So your gifting is incredible. All right? Your gifting is incredible. And so never underestimate the power of your gifting. Don't underestimate and don't allow other people to underestimate the power that's in your gifting. Whatever it is that you desire to do today, think about your gifting. Think about the impact that you want to make in the world. Think about that. Right? Think about that. I look at my journey to Saudi Arabia. And frankly, I never thought that I would be in Saudi Arabia. Now, somebody did tell me that I prophesied it over myself, and I can't remember I did that. But I trust the person that told me, so I know I did. But I never thought. And the truth is, if you are not prepared you will never get to a point where doors will open. Let me say that again. If you are not prepared, you will never get to a point where doors begin to open for you. You will never get there. And so, if you're thinking, well, I'm going to wait till I'm really ready to prepare, then that's the wrong mindset. Because the truth is, you never know when, right? But as you begin to prepare yourself, then you begin to find yourself open to the possibilities that are out there for you. And there are endless possibilities out there for you. Endless possibilities out there. Endless. But it's up to you, right? It's up to you what you decide. Hey, Edith. Hey, look at my brother. Now, is it my brother or my sister? I don't know, right? It is up to you what you decide to do with the possibilities. It's completely up to you, right? And until you begin to believe that you deserve opportunities, because some of us right now, we need to believe that we deserve a breakthrough. Some of us say we want a breakthrough, but we really do not believe that we deserve that breakthrough. And so if you don't believe that you deserve the breakthrough, then it's going to be difficult for that breakthrough to find you. But if you want to live in breakthrough, if you want to live in perpetual breakthrough, then first you've got to believe that you deserve that breakthrough. You've got to understand that you were created for that breakthrough. Right? You've got to understand that you were created for that breakthrough. And until you understand that you were created for that breakthrough, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one for you. So my question to you today now is, do you believe that you were created for that breakthrough? Do you believe that? Do you believe that you were created for breakthrough? Do you believe that? And so if you believe that, then the way that you live your life must reflect that belief. It must reflect that you truly believe that you were created for this breakthrough. The way that you handle your business, the way that you handle other people around you, the way that you relate to people, the way that you reflect on things, the way that your thought process moves must fall in line with that belief. It must fall in line. So many people talk about wanting to go global. Many people talk about that. But the truth is, right? Amen, Edith. Amen, Edith. Oh, thank you, Quinley. Thank you. Hey, Ramona. Thank you. Elder Carmen. Thank you. I see you. I see you. Bob Hansel. I see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. And so, global starts with your mindset. Until you believe that you are a person that was created for global impact, opportunities will never find you. They will never. Because here's the thing. Even if it finds you, you will not even recognize how it looks like. But when you believe, when you start with your own belief system that, you know what? I was created for impact. I was created for impact. And because I was created for impact, God put in me a gift that the world needs. I don't care how small you feel you are today. I don't care how big. There is a gifting, right, Ramona, that God has placed inside of you. So I was sharing with you my experience with the movie The Hurricane. Please go watch my very first broadcast this morning. Go watch it. And I talked about the lesson that I'm learning from that movie. Whatever gift that you have today, that's the same thing that will transcend you away from that where you are today. So if you are in a frustrated state of mind right now, if you are in a place where you're frustrated and you can't seem to find your way out, I want you to hear this. Your gifting will transcend you beyond that state of mind. Your gifting will transcend you beyond that prison, that state of mind, that prison that you're in. That prison that your gifting is, that prison that your money is, that prison that your career is, that prison, your gifting will transcend you out of it. So the question is, are you ready to transcend beyond that prison that you're in today? Because many of us, we don't want to believe it, but many of us are in a prison of a mind, a prison of a soul, a prison, period. We're just in a prison. And we need to check out of that prison. We need to bust out. But your gift is what's going to bust you out. Your love for that gift. And when you love something, you do not compromise, right? And many of us are so compromised, and we're compromising and compromising and compromising that even now we can't even recognize what our gift is. We can't figure it out anymore because we don't even know how our gift looks like anymore because we are being in perpetual compromise position. Just continue to compromise our gifting for desperation, for something. Continue to compromise your gifting because of a man, of a woman. You're compromising because of something else. You just continue to compromise. And now you don't even know what your gifting look like. You don't know what your gifting. Hey, Dr. E, you don't know what your gifting look like because there have been so much compromise. Right? Hey, Sis Lena, how are you? How are you, sister? How are you? Right? Do not compromise the gift that God has given you. Don't compromise it. I don't care if you're hungry. I don't care what happens. Do not compromise it. Because it's compromise, right? Hey, Dr. E, when you compromise that is where the problem lies. I'm telling you right now, right, Ramona? That's where the problem lies. I look at my life today, right? I know for sure that I'm not where I want to be. Oh, all right, Dr. E. Dr. E. Lena, Dr. E, jealous of you. Everybody, right? Hey, Demola, right? And here's the thing. I am not even close to where I want to be in my life, right? I'm not even close. I know I'm not close. But I can certainly be grateful for where I am. And every time, right, I keep telling myself, how did this woman find me? right, Linda? How did this woman, right, this wonderful, beautiful woman who I never met before, right? How did what was she thinking of when she sat down and said, you know what, I'm going to call this woman and I'm going to tell her, I can bring you to Saudi. I can help you get to Saudi. It's amazing that because you are close to a lot of people doesn't mean that they are the ones that are called to change your life, right? It doesn't mean they're the ones that are called to change your life. And so for us, we sit in a pool expecting a certain person to help us change our lives. And the truth is, God is going to do what he wants to do, when he wants to do it, how he wants to do it, through whoever he wants to do it, right? And who he chooses is not up to us. But the thing is, we want to choose who God uses for us. We have a pause on that person like this. We want to say it has to be, right, Sis Lena? It has to be this person. Don't drift through life, right? Because you never fully develop your gift when you do. That's right. Right? We want to say, this is the person, this is how we want it to happen, this is our gift, and God, You better take the gift or leave it anyhow. We want to tell God what our gift is. I'm talking to somebody today. We want to tell God what our gifting is. We want to say, God, this is our gifting. So now you, God, you take it and you do whatever you want. But the other truth is, the truth of the matter is, we need to be asking God, what exactly, what did you create me for? What is the purpose of all this, Father? What is the purpose? And when you begin to hear it, right, don't talk yourself out of it. I don't care how difficult it is. Do not talk yourself out of the will of God for your life. And many of us are doing that. We're compromising the will of God for our life because, it's not going well. Now, here's the thing. Because God said you're going to be a best-selling author, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy for you to get there. That's right. Right. Because God has said to you, right, because a prophecy have gone forth and said you will be the number 1 billionaire in your family, that doesn't mean it's going to come like that. It simply means it's already settled, right? So when a prophecy goes ahead, it simply means that word is already settled. And because that word is settled, you can rest. It doesn't mean you're not going to catch hell. It just means the word is settled. And the only way the word is not going to come to fruition is if you step out of line, if you push yourself away from the perfect will of God, if you push yourself from the alignment, push yourself away from the alignment God has given you, then that's what's going to stop. Because here's the truth, either we like it or not, the graveyard is full of people that never, Christians, born-again Christians, tongue-speaking Christians that never fulfilled their destiny and they died. Right? The graveyard, full of people. They serve in the church 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, serving in the church. If anybody was dancing in the church, they'd be the first one dancing in the church. If anybody was volunteering for anything, they'd be the first one volunteering. And they never fulfill their destiny because they were hung up on religiosity. When they needed to hone their craft, when they needed to master the craft that God has given them, they were busy playing church. Because how many of you know that we know how to play church? We know how to play church. Right? They were busy playing church. There is a time, right? Deuteronomy. There's a time and place for everything under the moon, under the sun. There's a time and place for it. There's a time for war. There's a time for laughter. There's a time for death. There's a time for being born. There's a time for everything. And so because you happen to belong in the church, right? Hey, Debbie, don't mean that you don't have to use this faculty between the ears is a blessing that God has given us. This faculty here, God has blessed us tremendously with it to use it for his glory, to use it for his glory. And so many of us right now, right, sadly, saints are dying. They are dying and they're dying full. They're not dying empty. They're dying full of promises. They're carrying the promises. They're carrying the prophecies. They're carrying all of this vision. They're carrying all of this passion. And they're dying with it. They're dying full. And God has not called us to die full. We're called to die empty. Right? Empty. We're called to die empty. That everything, by the time you close your eyes, everything that is deposited in you should have come out. And not only come out, it should be a legacy. You are a legacy, right? Your work is a legacy. Your gifting is a legacy. And so, if you are doing anything right now that is not remotely linked to legacy, living a legacy, you need to think about it. You need to think about it and say, God, am I in the right place? Am I in the place where I need to be? Am I doing what you've called me to do? Because you are a legacy. Whatever you do, Elide Funke, welcome. Whatever you do must point to a legacy. So, are you living a life of legacy right now? Are you living a life that if I came to your home right now, are you living a life of legacy? Right? Are you living a life of legacy? Being in Saudi Arabia here is part of legacy for me. It is part of legacy because I know that there are certain things that are going to come out of this journey. And these things, right, are not just only going to bless. You know, it's amazing because every Saturday I have this power with my children on, you know, right, on Zoom. So, well, on Facebook anyway. And so every Saturday I look forward to getting my children on. Every night I speak with my husband. Every night, I just spoke with him now. Every night we see each other, we say hello, we talk about his day, my day, right? But every Saturday is my children's week, right? It's the day for my children. And it's amazing how they look at me and say, Mother, you are doing something that is incredible and we're proud of you. You are doing something because I know that we know that it must not be that easy for you to be away from your family, to be away from us, to be away, right, from your husband, Kayode, to be away. So there is something that God is using you to do. And I tell you, for a while I said, but why in the world am I in Saudi? What is this all about? Because I know it's not the money, because I know I can make more of that in America. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Oh, praise God. Don't get me wrong now. The money is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you that the money is not good, right? I'm not saying the money is not good. But I also know that if I was in America, I can make triple, quadruple of it. I know that because even as a nurse practitioner, if I choose not to do my business, right, and I go back to my clinical, practice, I'll make, right? So I know it's more than that. So your legacy is more than money. Right? Hey, Josie, welcome. Your legacy is more than money. What you leave, not just for your children, but for the world, is more than money. And so for me, this journey, being in Saudi, is way more than money. I know it's something that will be written. It will be written down with my family that, wow, one, because I tell you, even my extended family, we have a WhatsApp, we have a family WhatsApp. And every day, you know, all the grandchildren, my father, my mother, grandchildren, husbands, all the husbands, all my sisters, all their children, everybody's in that WhatsApp. And so if they don't hear from me, you'll see all of them testing each other. Have you heard from sis yet? Have you heard from sis yet? If my husband don't hear from me, he will go straight to the WhatsApp. And it's just amazing how being in Saudi is even getting me and my family closer than before. Right? We're close. We've always been close. But now, right, we live a legacy every morning, every day, right? And now because of me being in Saudi, it's even making us even closer. He's giving them even ideas of their own. He's making them say, wow, sis is actually doing something that we never thought anybody of us could do, right? So when you take a journey, your life journey touches life beyond what you think. It touches life beyond your own immediate family. Right, Lena? It touches life. Oh, thank you. Yes. Because staying connected, that was one thing that I was dedicated to. That was one thing that we all were dedicated to, that while I'm here, we're going to stay connected. We're going to make sure, because even right now, one of my sister, who is a nurse practitioner, just came back from Nigeria today. She lives in New Jersey, but she too went on her own journey to Nigeria and just came back. So Whatever the journey is, when you start thinking about wanting to go, amen, Ramona, when you start thinking about wanting to go global, I want you to start thinking, how is this going to become a legacy journey? Your going global should be a legacy journey. It should not just be about money, but it should be a legacy journey for your family, for people that are around you, for your people in your zip code, for people in your country code, for people outside internationally. Your journey should be a journey that's legacy ridden. So when you're sitting there and saying, I want to take my business, hey, I want to take my business global. I want to be in Dubai. I want to be in UAE. I want to be in Qatar. I want to be in Abu Dhabi. I want to be in Saudi. I want to be all these places. You have to say, how is this going to be a legacy journey? Because that's the only way it makes sense. If it's not a legacy journey, it don't make sense, because the money is not everything. Hey, Carla, love, how are you, my dear? Right? The legacy journey, yeah, money is a little bit part of it, but it's not the major part of it. And the truth is, if you begin to look at it as a legacy journey and you're moving in that legacy direction, the money will automatically come. You won't have to run after the money, but it will come, right? It will come. Hey, JK, how are you, my dear? How are you, my dear? Right. I shared with you all how on this particular contract, right? On this particular contract, I was contracted. Hey, Judith, love, how are you? I was contracted to come to Saudi Arabia, right? It's a college in Saudi Arabia, right? And I was contracted to come and teach a certain course, right? But before I even got here, hey Judith, before I even got here, they promoted me. I want you to hear this. Before I even got here, I was promoted. So now, here I am in America saying, I don't even know if I want the contract. And then they call, somebody calls you and says, oh, by the way, I just want you to know, now they've made you a leader of a team. And I'm like, I don't even know if I want to come yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. If I want to come or not. And now they don't make me a leader. And so I walk into this contract with a handshake saying, oh, by the way, this is a copy of the contract that you signed in America, but we just want to let you know that there's another contract for you being a leader. I'm sitting there saying, okay, God, I don't understand this, because I'm trying to figure out if I really want to go or not. And then I'm hearing that somebody don't add another responsibility. And I don't even know what the heck I'm doing yet, right? But every time I would turn around and say, maybe I want this contract or not, they will add something else to it. I was, gosh. Every time I say to myself, maybe I don't have to do it, because after all, I can make more in America. Then they will add something else to it. Until finally, I just gave in and said, you know what, God? You must have a plan. You must have a plan about this. And so I have to think about the plan and not about the money. But I have to think about what role is this going to be in my legacy, right? And regardless of how it looks now, hey, Aneta, I know that I'm in Saudi Arabia, not just for myself, but I know, hey, Constance, that I'm also here because of a lot of other people. I know that I'm here, my being here will bring about success for a lot of people. I know that. And not just for a lot of people, but those who have ears to hear, right? Those who have ears to hear, and they are able to take action when it's needed. So I know that. And every day when I get up and go to my place, I'm always saying, God, what is it today that I need to learn so that I can bring back to America, that people can learn about the culture, about going global, about taking your vision, not just your business, but taking your vision, right? Starting with taking your vision and taking it and turning it into a global, massive empire. So I look at it this way and I say, God, I thank you because I'm in Saudi Arabia now because of somebody. I'm in Saudi Arabia because there's somebody that needs to know something. There's somebody who might be in America, who might be in London, who might be in Australia, wherever they may be, that they don't even know that God is setting them up to come to this part of the world. But now that I'm sharing, they might begin to think in that direction, which they never thought before. And they begin to prepare themselves. So I don't know the journey that God has in front of you. I don't know what your vision is. I don't know what your passion is. I don't even know what you want to do when you grow up, if you know what I mean. But I know this, that whatever your gifting is pointed at legacy. Leaving a legacy for somebody, not just your children, but for somebody out there, for the global community. And the global community begins in your backyard. It begins where you are. It begins in your zip code, your current zip code. It begins there. Right? It begins there. So, I just wanted to share that with you tonight because it's 11 o'clock right now. Oh, thank you, Judith. Thank you, Judith. Hey, Shadisi, how are you, my dear? How are you? You know, it's past 11, way past my bedtime here, because here's it's 11 o'clock now. I have to be up. Well, let's put it this way. I don't have to be up at 4:30, but at 4:30, I have an automatic alarm, and it's a mosque. And I hear, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, at 4:30 every day. So I first started when I got to this country, I would turn on my alarm like, oh my God, I have to have my alarm. I have an automatic alarm, and it's a mosque. And I hear, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, at 4:30 every day. So I first started when I got to this country, I would turn on my alarm like, oh my God, I have to have my alarm. Well, everybody, I think that the internet has begun to act up. Love you too, Edith. Love you, Judith. Love you, Jude. So I think the internet has begun to act up. So I'm going to call it a night. And I hope that somebody has been inspired tonight by what I shared. I hope somebody is inspired. Let's see. Yep. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you. I really appreciate that. If you have questions about living out here, if you have questions about taking your vision global, if you have questions about just, hey, JK, look, sister, you need to let us talk. We need to talk, JK. JK, we need to talk. We don't have much time, you know. So let's do this thing, JK. Let's do it. All right, JK, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We don't have that much time. Okay. So if you have questions, please go to my group. It's Master Your Millions Success Club on Facebook. It is a subscription, monthly subscription group where we share a lot about just success in life. Thank you, Queenly. About success in life, home, and business. So find it on Facebook. It's called Master Your Millions, masteryourmillions.com. Master Your Millions. So God bless you. Let's see. Okay. Yes, please, we need to start working on it now, JK, so that we have enough time. We need to start working on it so we have enough time. So let's talk so that we can do it. Hey, Elder Carmen, how are you? Love and blessings to you too. Thank you so much. If you have questions, right? If you have questions, because many people don't know much about living here. So if you have questions, just join me on my Success Club. It's called Master Your Millions Success Club. And be blessed with that. Be blessed. So, thank you, everybody. Bye, everyone. Yes, JK, let's hurry up. Sister, let's start working on it now so that next summer, right? I'm not going to be able to do it till next summer, but we need to start working on it now. We need at least 6 to 8 months to make it a powerhouse, power-packed one. So, let's start working. All right. Bye, everybody. God bless you. Bye now. Bye-bye.